In this video, we're going to be going over the AutoSize feature for fields. So as you'll notice here, we've got this checkbox right here whenever you're configuring a field that is AutoSize. And as you can tell, once you read the description by clicking the question mark button, this will cause the plugin to automatically size the field itself based on the contents of what is actually inside of that specific field. Now, as you can see here on this one, you can't actually uncheck this, and the reason being because of this is because this is actually using the dynamic checkbox feature. And so by default, because you are using the dynamic checkbox feature, auto size is automatically enabled, and that's just because if you look here, whenever you click the button, it automatically resizes it so that the content is no longer inside of there. So that's the setting itself. Whenever you're using the dynamic checkbox feature, it's automatically going to be enabled. But for all other field types outside of multi-select field types, it's not going to be enabled. So as you'll see here, this is actually a multi-select select box right here. And so the idea behind this is that when you come in here, well, let me take a step back. So on multi-select field types, if you go under the type config, you'll notice here on overflow, we have two options. We have expand and scroll. So scroll means that whenever you actually select the values that are actually going to be in here, it just scrolls itself. The other option, which is the default option, is that the fields will be expanding. So what that means is that whenever a value is selected, the actual input box will expand itself to fit basically all of the values inside of it. So let me turn off editing here so we can actually see this. So you notice how when I start selecting different values, it starts expanding it and it pushes everything else down below it. So that's how the auto size feature works, and it works for pretty much any field itself. So let me show you one more example here. So right here we have this filter by tag field. Now this one right here, I have it enabled to auto hide and auto size it. Now the auto hiding is only available for the actual tag cloud field types right now, and I'll go through that field type in another video. But as you can tell here, so I have the auto size on here also set. Reason being is because these values change based on what you select in another field. So let's just go ahead and we'll select automotive here. And now you'll notice this field is empty. That's because it was auto size and actually auto hidden because there were no fields. So because you may have different tags that get added on here, you're not going to exactly know when you first set this up how many values are actually going to be output. And so the idea behind the auto sizing is just that it will auto size this actual container itself whenever a value is selected or values change based on the contents that are inside it.